Hi, I'm Dylan Mendonca, and this is the first video with DylAcademy, and today we're going to be doing Math Paper 3H from November 2007. So let's get straight into it. Okay, well in question 1a, you're basically given this regular pentagon, and you're being asked to find x. Now first of all, there's this formula for interior angles, which is 180 n minus 2 over n being the number of sides. And the interior angle is basically these angles which are marked in black. So if we substitute the number of sides in this question, which is 5, so 180 times 5 minus 2, which is 3, over 5. And that'll give us an answer of 108 degrees. Now if we look at this, x is not exactly the whole interior angle, but it's half of the interior angle, since the line is coming straight from the center and cutting it in half. So we take this angle and we just divide it by 2. And that'll give us an answer of 54 degrees. Okay, so for question 1b, you're being asked to find y. Now y is nothing but an exterior angle, which is like when you extend the lines, the angle it forms with the polygon, which is the one I've drawn here. Now, there's a formula to find the exterior angle again. So it's just 360 divided by n being the number of sides. Now in this case we have 5 sides, so the exterior angle is equal to 360 divided by 5, which is nothing but 72 degrees. So y is equal to 72 degrees. Easy. Okay, now in question 2 we're just being asked to find, we're given a table and we're being asked to find the mean. Now mean is nothing but the average. So for example, an average is usually the total number, meaning the total number of times something occurs, adding all of the things, divided by the number of instances. To make this simpler to understand, let's relate it to average cost. The average cost is nothing but the total cost, divided by the number of factors you add to the production. Sorry, I mean not factors amount, divided by the number of output. So that's an average cost. So in this case, you're being asked to find the average score. Now, average score is just the total of all instances. So how do we do that? What we do is we multiply each score by the frequency, and we add them together to get the total. So in this case, it's 1 times 5, plus 2 times 8, plus 3 times 3, plus 4 times 4. And we divide that by the total number of times each score occurs. So what is that? That's nothing but the frequency table. So adding all the frequency, we get 5 plus 8 plus 3 plus 4. Okay, so simplifying this, we get 46 over 20, which is nothing but a mean of 2.3. Okay, so in question 3, you're given this isosceles triangle, and you're given the sides in terms of x, and you're given the idea that the perimeter is equal to 12 centimeters. So now what you have to do in 3.1 is use this information to write down an equation in x. Now perimeter is nothing but the addition of all the sides of a triangle, or all the sides in a shape. So in this case, there are 3 sides, 2x, 2x, and x. So if we add all of these, we'll get the perimeter. And in this case, the perimeter is 12. So that's our equation in x. Okay, now they're asking us to solve our equation for x, to find the value of x. So we have this equation here. Now it's just simple, just use simple algebra. So when you're adding x's together, you just add their numbers, these variables, and here it's a 1. Right? So it's just 5x is equal to 12. Now to get x alone, we divide both sides by 5 since it's an equation. So they're both equal. So that becomes x, 5 and 5 cancel, and we have x is equal to 12 divided by 5. And 12 divided by 5 is 2.4. So x is equal to 2.4. Okay, in question 4, you're basically given the total number of students at a college is 280, and 160 of them are in year 1. Now it's so simple, you're just being asked to express 160 as a percentage of 280. So first of all, the fraction of the number of students in year 1 to the number of students in Denton College is just 160 over 280, since 160 out of the 280 students are in year 1. And now you're being asked to express this as a percentage. So all you do is you take this fraction you have and you multiply it by 100. And that'll give you, using your calculator, 57.142 blah blah blah. So in this case they wanted to two significant figures. So what we do is we look at we look at the third number in this case, and we look if it's above 5 or below 5. If it's above 5, this number gets if it's 5 or above, this number gets rounded up, meaning it goes to 8. If it's below 5, this number gets stays where it's at. So in this case, it's lower than 5, so it just stays where it's at. So it's just 57%. Okay, question 5a is really easy. All you're being asked to do is find the area of a circle of radius 2 meters. So there's this equation for the area of a circle, which is pi r squared. Now pi can be found in your calculator, and r is nothing but the radius. And so in this case, it's just pi times 2 squared, because 2 is the radius, right? And that'll give you an answer of 12.566 blah blah blah. But they wanted to three significant figures. So now we look at the fourth digit. If it's above 5. So basically what we do is we round this digit up. So it becomes 12.6, but we're not done yet. We have to write a unit down. Now in this case, it's in meters, so it becomes meters squared since it's area. Okay, well in question 5b, you've been given a diagram where you've given a circular pond with the radius of 2, and there's a path around it, which is the gray shaded area of 1 meter around the pool. Now you're being asked to find the area of the path, which is the area of the shaded region. Now if you look closely at this, and I've marked it, it's just one big circle, and inside that there's a small circle. Okay, so basically if we find the area of this one big circle over here, and we subtract the area of this small circle in between, we'll get the area of the gray. So let's just do it. Okay, so now if we look at the area of the big circle, the radius is nothing but 3 meters, as I've marked it here. And so it's just, to find the area again, pi times r squared. So pi times 3 squared, which gives us an answer of 28.27, but 28.3 since we're doing it in three significant figures. And the area of the small circle we found it out in the previous question, because it's the same radius, so it's just, I think it's 12.6, yeah. So all we have to do is 28.3, the area of the big circle, minus 12.6, area of the small circle, to give us the area of the path, which is nothing, 15.7 meter squared, sorry, and that's already in three significant figures, so it's fine. Okay, in 5c you're being asked to find the outer circumference of the path. Now, circumference for a circle is nothing but the perimeter, it's just a fancy word. And so this formula again, if you don't know any of these formulas, by the way, there's a formula sheet on the front of the exam with all these formulas, so don't worry about it. So the formula for perimeter of a circle is nothing but 2 times pi times radius. And so in this case, we're trying to find the path. So the path is nothing but the circumference of the big circle with radius of 3 meters. So it's nothing but 2 times pi times 3, which is 18.84 blah blah blah. But since they want it in three significant figures, it's just 18.8 and just meters, since circumference is just length. Okay, in question 6, you're basically given basic trigonometry question, and you're being asked to find angle A. Now, first of all, look at the triangle and see what you've been given. Okay, so in this question you're given an angle A, then you're given the side opposite to the angle, and you're given the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse being the side opposite to the right angle. So what you need to do is apply your SOHCAHTOA rules, which I've written down here. Now sine is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. Tan is equal to opposite over adjacent. Okay, so in this case, what are you given? You're given opposite and hypotenuse, meaning you have to apply this sine function. And sine of the angle A is equal to nothing but the opposite, which is 2.5 centimeters, over the hypotenuse, 7.1. Okay, now A is equal to, you don't divide both sides by sine because sine is like a special function. So on your you have to do this, sine inverse of 2.5 over 7.1. And don't worry about the sine inverse, you'll find it on your calculator. And yeah, so your answer 20.6165 blah blah blah, and to three significant figures it's nothing but 20.6 degrees. Okay, in question 7 you're being given two sets, and question 7a you've been given two sets, A and the elements or the numbers in that set, and you're given another set, B, and the numbers in that set. And you're being asked to find what A union B is. Now this U is just it just stands for union, and it's just basically all the numbers that are in both sets. So in this case it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 8. And in union, never repeat numbers, because that's not what it's about. It's just all of the numbers that are possible in both sets. That's it. So don't repeat. Okay, in 7b you're given three other sets. Now I'll explain each set in detail. So for set 1, which I've labeled here, it's just this squiggly little upside down 3 is all of the numbers that are possible in this question, like the infinite set, meaning all of the numbers possible, and it's just positive integers less than 10, meaning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, meaning the numbers in this whole question can only range from 1 to 9. And P is equal to 3, they've given you another set P and given their separate numbers that are in the set, and then they said P upside down U, Q is equal to cool symbol. So it's just that upside down U is intersect, meaning what they have in common, and that 0 with a slash through it, it means nothing, meaning P intersect U, meaning P and Q have nothing in common. So now think about this. Numbers from basically you're being asked to find all the possible members of Q. So if P and Q have nothing in common, that means Q must be all the numbers that aren't in P, right? So it's just nothing but Q is equal to 1, 2, and 9, right? Since P and Q have nothing in common, meaning they have no common terms or no common numbers, so it should be the numbers that aren't in P and are less than 10 still. So yeah. Okay, well in question 8 you're being given a dartboard and you're given the probabilities that will hit the inner ring, the outer ring, and it'll miss. So basically you're being asked the probability that will hit the bullseye or the inner ring. First of all, we need to find the probability it'll hit the bullseye. Now knowing probability, you should know that probability is a fraction, and all of the probabilities added, all of the possibilities added will give you 1. So if I add the probability of bullseye, we'll call it x in this case, and the probability of the inner ring, which is 0.3, and we have the probability of hitting the outer ring, which is 0.4, and the probability of missing, 0.2. If we add that all together, it'll give us 1. So now basically we can use this to find an equation for find the value of bullseye, the probability. So x plus 0.3 plus 0.4 plus 0.2 is 0.9 is equal to 1. Now since it's an equation, subtract 0.9 on both sides, so you get 0.9 and 0.9 cancel, and it becomes x is equal to 1 minus 0.9, which is equal to 0.1. Okay, so now that we know the probability of hitting the bullseye is 0.1, we need to find the probability that will hit the bullseye or the inner ring. So all we have to do is we have to add the probabilities together. So 0.1 plus 0.3 is equal to 0.4. Because when they ask or, you you have to add the probabilities, since these are two separate possibilities, and their total probability will be the probability of hitting either one. Okay, question 9 is all simple questions. 9a, you're just being asked to expand this equation. So from your knowledge of expanding brackets, all you have to do is multiply the term outside by both of the terms inside. So it's just 4 multiplied by v plus, since there's a plus over here, 4 multiplied by 3. And so you get 4 times v is just 4v, plus, and 4 times 3 is 12. So you've expanded them. Okay, next question, 9b, you're being asked to simplify. So basically when you're asked to simplify exponents, you should know this already, exponents being like something to the power of something. So when you're multiplying exponents with the same base, meaning the same bottom number, right? In this case it's w. All you have to do is add the top number, the power. So add these two together. And if you're dividing exponents with the same base, you just subtract this number. Okay? So in this case, it's w to the power of 3 times w to the power of 7 divided by w to the power of 2. So it's just w to the power of 3 plus 7, since you're multiplying. Okay, divided by w to the power of 2. So we'll settle the top, it becomes w to the power of 10 divided by w to the power of 2. Now you're dividing, so all you have to do is subtract the powers, so it gets w to the power of 10 minus 2, which is 8. And so that's your answer. Okay, 9c, we're being asked to solve the equation for x. So all we have to do is get x alone. So how do we do that? First, we have to multiply 7 by both sides to get rid of 7. So 7 times 7. So this 7 and this 7 gets cancelled. And so we get 17 minus x is equal to 21. Now we have to get 17 off both sides. So it becomes, you subtract 17 on both sides. So this and this cancel. So you get negative x is equal to 21 minus 17, which is equal to 4. So minus x is equal to 4. Now minus x is nothing but minus 1x. So to get x alone, we just divide both sides by negative 1. So we get negative 1 cancel. So it becomes 4 divided by negative 1, which is nothing but negative 4. And that's x. Okay, next question, 9d. You're being asked to solve the inequality. 4y minus 5 is less than 6. Now, inequalities, just treat them the same as like any other equation. So to get y alone, you just add 5 on both sides. And you get 4y is less than 6 plus 5, 11. Now, to get y alone, you divide both sides by 4. So you get 4 and 4 cancel. Y is less than 2.75. Okay, so in question 10a, you're being given this table, and you're being asked to find which countries produce the lowest carbon dioxide emissions. And so basically you're given the amounts each country produces. Now, in this case, first of all, you first look at the decimals. So they're all like one number, then followed by the point sign, then the decimal. So then they're being multiplied by 10 to the power of something. So now, using your common knowledge, if you're being multiplied by 10 to the power of a greater number, that means your number would be greater, right? Since you're giving more decimals, so your number will be bigger. So first of all, look at the number of the number in the power sign. So the lowest number would be the lowest, right? So in this case, the lowest number is 10 to the power of 8, making Africa the lowest emission producer. In 10b, you're being asked to find the total carbon dioxide emissions produced by these 4 regions. Now to do this, all you have to do is add all of the carbon dioxide emissions. So 5.7 into 10 to the power of 9 plus 8.4 into 10 to the power of 8 plus 1.4 into 10 to the power of 9 plus 3.2 into 10 to the power of 9. Sorry, and that gives you a total answer. 1.114 into 10 to the power of 10. But if you want it in 3 significant figures, it becomes, look at the fourth digit, and in this case it's lower than 5, so it becomes 1.11 into 10 to the power of 10. And that is the total. Okay, so in question 10c, you're being asked to calculate the value of k. Now it's all just basic algebra. So k is, you have to get a k alone, so you have to divide both sides by 8.4 into 10 to the power of 8. So you get k being equal to 1.4 into 10 to the power of 9 divided by 8.4 into 10 to the power of 8. Now this is just simple. So just use your calculator and you'll get an answer of 1.66666, which is 1.67 in 3 significant figures. Okay, thanks for watching part 1. Please go on to watch part 2. And comment, rate and subscribe. And please comment if you have any questions or if I've made any mistakes, because you know me. And yeah, thanks for watching.